What is up guys, my name is Mario and on this video we're going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 5 and see if it's worth it in 2018. I bought it a couple of weeks ago and I want to share with you my experience. Let's go check it out. First, I want to talk about the physical design and some of the features. So this phone is going to have a Gorilla Glass in the back, which is going to make this phone look very stylish. This phone was released in August 2015, so definitely does not look like it's a phone that was released a couple of years ago. The only issue that I have with this Gorilla Glass in the back is that it is very fragile. If you drop it a couple of times, and probably even if you drop it once, it is very likely that it's going to shatter, it's going to break. Even though it looks very nice, you definitely want to have a case on it. Another big thing is that this phone is not going to be water resistant. And in the front, you're going to have the fingerprint sensor, which is very responsive. I never had any issues with it. On the bottom, we still have an audio jack, and then we have this just single one speaker. The speaker is not going to be the best. It's just going to be an average speaker. It's going to be loud enough, but it's not going to be the best sound quality. Now I want to talk about the performance of this phone. Let me start by saying that this phone is probably going to be one of the fastest phones you can get that was released a couple of years ago. And if you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. This phone is going to have 4 GB of RAM. It's going to have an octa-core processor, which at the time, this was top-notch. I mean, even right now, last year, there was a couple of phones that were released that only had 2 GB of RAM, some of the budget phones. While using this phone, it was very snappy, very fast, very responsive. I was able to multitask, go from one app to the other, heavily multitask, do multiple things, watch videos while I was doing other things, and this phone never let me down. The only thing is that while I was pushing this phone a little bit too hard, I did notice that the phone was getting a little bit too warm to the hand. So, and that is probably because of the Gorilla Glass in the back, which is understandable that it is going to get a little bit hot. So, but if you have a case on it, you shouldn't have that problem. The Note 5 that I'm testing out actually came with 64 GB of storage capacity. You can also pick one up with 32 GB. And it's very important that you keep in mind is that you're not going to be able to expand the storage capacity on this phone. And that is because it's not going to support the microSD card. It doesn't have its slot where you can put in your microSD card and expand the memory as you can do with many of the other phones. I do want to know what is your minimum requirement for a phone in 2018 for storage capacity. Make sure to let us know in the comment section below. As of the making of this video, this phone is still supporting the Nougat 7.0. We don't know if Samsung is going to push an update where it's going to actually get the Oreo update, but stay tuned for that. Next, I want to talk about the quality of the camera. In the back, you're going to have a 16 megapixel camera. In the front, you're going to have a 5 megapixel camera. Now, the camera in the front is not going to be the best. It's still going to give you pretty decent image quality. The camera in the back during the day is going to give you some awesome, excellent pictures. I went out and I took a couple of samples for you guys, and as you can see, the pictures are very sharp. They look very good. The video will have image stabilization, that is a big plus to have. Also, it will support 1080p at 60 frames per second. The only downside about these cameras is that during low light scenarios, you're not going to get the best picture quality or the best video quality, but you're still going to get some pretty decent shots. And best of all is the stylus pen. There's not going to be another phone out there outside the Note series that is going to offer you the experience of the stylus pen that you're going to get on this phone. And that is because it's still going to perform very well. The stylus is very responsive. It is very close to the actual Note 8 itself. I got the Note 8 a couple of weeks ago as well, and I compared them side by side. And I'll probably have another video coming up where I'll do a comparison. So you guys make sure you guys subscribe so you can follow up on that video. But again, having the stylus pen, you're going to be able to take notes on the go. It's always good to just be able to pull the pen out, jot down some notes, write down some things on the calendar. So having a stylus pen, it is one of those great, awesome things that you can have on a phone. This phone is going to have a 5.7-inch AMOLED screen, which is going to have an awesome display quality, very bright, very vivid. It will support the resolution of 2560 by 1440, but I definitely recommend you keep it at the 1080p resolution because it's going to drain your phone very fast. Lastly, I want to talk about one of the biggest downs of the Note 5, and that is the battery performance. This phone is going to have 3000 milliamp battery, and it's going to be a non-removable battery. The problem with that is that if you buy a phone that is used, it's probably going to be used for about 2 years or a year at least, and you're going to end up with a battery that pretty much is going to give you about 5 hours or 8 hours of lifetime on a single charge. And to solve that problem, you're probably going to have to go pay someone to install a battery for you, which it can cost you between $50 to $80 depending on where you check and when you check, because you're not going to be able to just go order a battery online and just swap it yourself. And also, this is one of the biggest complaints that I see online from people. A lot of people mentioned that the only thing that they didn't like about the Note 5 is the battery performance. Even when you get the new battery, it seems like it didn't last as long as the Note 4 or some of the other phones that that basically we're giving you more battery life per charge. If you own the Note 5 or thinking about getting one in 2018, consider subscribing to this channel. I'm gonna have a couple of more videos coming up in the near future. And if there's anything that you wanna see, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you on the next one.